Hey sportsman, John Bergsman here with the Great Lakes Insider Fishing Report with a brand new partner. We love it because the city and the county of Muskegon has signed up, which puts us in direct contact from Mike from Snug Harbor Outfitters right there on the North Shore, right on Muskegon Lake by the boat launch. Mike, it looks like finally Old Man Winter is going to give us some ice.
Finally.
Yeah, it's a little behind, I would say.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
One of them years is going to be late.
So you were just out by the lake. What do you got going? What should guys start to prepare for here in the next week for ice fishing on Muskegon Lake?
So over the next week, right now, Snug Harbor, which is on the northwest shore, everybody's getting out. There's 5, 6 inches of ice. They're finding a few yellow bellies, perch, few crappie, and the occasional pike.
Sure.
Fishing's been a little slow with the cold fronts we've had.
Okay. And
So,
uh, and so everybody knows, Snug Harbor Bait Shop and also another partner right next door, Snug Harbor Resort, and they've got overnight rooms and really fisherman friendly accommodations. They're right there by the state boat launch, correct?
yep, we're 100 yards from the state boat launch.
Well, that's the perfect place to do. Now, talk to me just quickly because guys are going to want to know, do they keep that plowed there so guys can drive and park in that area and get out and access the ice right there?
Yep, they keep it plowed all winter. We've got a great working relationship with the state park. The guys over there keep it plowed every day.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I know you guys have been going through massive renovations. Every time I walked into the store, I thought I was in the wrong place because it was so different. And you guys have got to be starting to wrap that whole renovation up, and you've got just a ton of stuff. And I know Mike's going to send a bunch of pictures for all of you wondering what I'm talking about. Mike completely renovated Snug Harbor Outfitters. It is like rock star, unbelievable bait selection. I mean, if you're an open water troller, I know we're ice fishing right now, but when I walked into the store this fall, there was enough baits hanging on the wall to make me start drooling. I needed a Kleenex.
Yeah, we've my partner and I, we've done a lot of work there. We had Unfortunately, we had some flooding with the rains we got back in August, and in the spring we actually did a remodel to spruce up our store, and just did a massive amount of damage with flooding from the rains. So we had to go back and rebuild. And we feel that the rebuild we've done now is just, it's more customer friendly, um, better experience all around in a lot of the changes that we've made.
So do you got a good supply, Mike, for this for on a weekly basis for the guys coming into town of all of the right colors of the hot baits, whether it's jig and spoons, tungsten jigs, Russian spoons, and all the spikes, waxies, wigglers, and minnows that a guy's going to need. He doesn't really need to come with anything. He can make a simple stop at the store, which, like you say, is 100 yards from where he's going to go in and park and access the lake. You got everything he needs, correct?
We got everything they need. We carry all the baits. Most of the time, you'll find myself or Skeeter, who's the other owner. We're usually at the shop. If not, we've got a great team of employees that are up on the bait, spend a lot of time on the lake fishing, know what colors are working. As for bait, we've got everything you need from Muskegon Lake, from spikes, waxworms, um, blue minnows, perch minnows, golden shiners, suckers, everything you need to get out on the water.
Perfect. So if we get cold enough temperatures, which obviously the forecast has plenty cold temperatures, single digits at night, 18 to 20 all the way through this weekend, which are super cold daytime temperatures. You'd say by this upcoming weekend, guys could confidently come in, have plenty of room to roam out there on Muskegon Lake and start really hunting down and finding the schools of perch and the bluegills and the crappie going on.
Yep. By this weekend, we just did a search on all the boat ramps, put it up on our Facebook page, some live videos of where we were. Conditions look great. We have a little bit of snow coming tonight, some warm temperatures, but they'll be gone quick, and we're resuming the cold. Perch fishing, if you're going out this weekend, I would concentrate probably on the perch fishing, and guys are going to be on the east end looking for walleyes. It's
Okay.
been great fall for perch and walleyes. So
Right. If they're going to walleye fish, what do you say? A combination of tip ups and a jigging rod. Have both.
have both. If you don't have tip ups, a dead stick. When we fish Muskegon Lake, when I fish Muskegon Lake personally, I I never go without a dead stick with a big blue on it. Generally a tip up, and then I'm jigging either jigging wraps, jigging shad wraps. Um, Ripping wraps have been a good one.
Yeah,
That's
and
our
there's
primary go-tos.
yeah, and there's a good number of nice eater size fish in Muskegon Lake, but I'll tell you what, and Mike will be the first to tell you as a veteran fall fisherman, it is not uncommon at all for guys to ice double digit walleyes out of Muskegon Lake, 10, 11, 12 pounders, correct, Mike?
Correct. This fall has been phenomenal. We got great eater size. Muskegon Lake, I will say, it is a fishery you have to learn, but once you learn it, the success is unbelievable. We weighed multiple fish in the 14. We weighed actually multiple fish that weighed over 14, between 14 and 15 this fall.
Yeah,
We've
I've
seen,
I've seen the pictures. I know I heard the chatter. It was unbelievable. You and I have been talking for the last couple months with anticipation about starting these reports up, and we're going to be chatting with Mike every other week for the rest of the year, bringing you these Muskegon County videos. But Muskegon Lake is going to be something we're going to put on everybody's radar going forward. It's a great multi-species fishery, and what a lot of people don't understand is Muskegon Lake is, with all the bays and marinas and the shoreline structure and shoreline weeds, this is an awesome bluegill and croppery fishery as well, isn't it, Mike?
yes, it is.
And this is underrated because I've lived in Grand Rapids my whole life for the last 50 years. I knew it as a great perch fishery. I knew it as a great walleye fishery. I did not understand how good of a bluegill and crappie and general panfish lake this was. This is one of the best west side state panfish lakes out there. So to all of you guys listening to this report, this is something that you've got to put on your radar to come to Muskegon and to experience this great panfish and bite. And of course, there's some unbelievable summertime largemouth bass fishing out of Muskegon Lake as well. So
Yeah, the smallmouth fishing is one that's underrepresented also, that people don't realize. We have a great smallmouth fishery
yeah,
also.
this is a diverse lake that I think, like you said, I think the key to it is once you invest a little bit of time, you learn the system, you learn the migration of fish, and this is where having a great outfitter like Snug Harbor at your disposal. Listen, the staff at Snug Harbor, whether it's Skeeter or Mike or the staff, the guys there, I've talked to some of the guys there when I stopped in and Mike wasn't there. These are knowledgeable fish heads, and that's exactly what you get when you go to a small bait store, and we deal with small bait stores all over the state. I'm not necessarily knocking the big house bait store, but I guess in some ways I am, because when you go to a small bait store, a local community bait store, you get great information about that lake from guys who fish that lake. And after all, you can go buy bait anywhere, but that information is why you stay local with your purchases and you buy your stuff from a place like Snug that's got a staff that's going to educate you when you come to town. Where do I fish? How do I fish? What do I do to be successful?
Yep.
Yep, beautiful. Well, Mike, thanks so much. Like I say, we're going to chat with you again in a couple of weeks. Thanks for the initial ice fishing report of the season. We'll be excited to see the pictures that you send in. We'll be flashing them up throughout this report as we talk. And for any of the information that you need, remember Snug Harbor Outfitters and Snug Harbor Resort, right there on the north shore of Muskegon Lake in Muskegon County, Michigan. Hey, Mike, thanks, and we'll talk to you again in a couple of weeks.
All right. Thank you, John.
You bet. Bye-bye.